Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Fam series. My name is Victor Brooks, and once again, I'm right here at Broadsides, downtown Wake Forest, North Carolina, to bring you the Indie Fam series, which is all about the support of the artist and tell the story of their journey. We've had some incredible guests who's joined us here in the past 6 episodes so far. And we've learned of their life. We've learned of what it is that fuels their passion for their artistry. We learned about the fears. We learned about the dreams. We speak artist to artist. And therefore, we understand what it's all about in this whole world of artistry and the journey of an artist. Today, once again, I'm so excited to invite our next guest, our next member, our newest member of the Positivity Posse and Indie Fam series, Liyana Falvey.
Hello.
Liyana Falvey was introduced to us via her parents, Joni and Bryant, the creators, the dreamers, the artists themselves of Broadsides, right here where we are welcomed into this commune of artistry, you know? And we want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Come on, girl. Come on. And I was here the other night when you and your fellow artists, I was introduced to about 8 or more other local artists of North Carolina, well, within North Carolina. You guys were doing Broadway tunes. You guys were doing pop tunes, soul tunes, you know, and it was off-the-cuff artistry.
Yep.
How did you feel that night? I saw what you were vibing, but I want to know, what were you feeling that night?
I felt as though there was so much love in the room.
Okay.
And everyone, there was so much passion in the room,
Yes, it
and
was.
you could feel it. And everyone was so supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about, you know, doing the thing is we figure it out. And that's what we say. We always go, we'll figure it out. You don't know the song? That's okay.
That's okay.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
And that's the beautiful thing about music is that you can just figure it out.
That's right.
However it speaks to you, it speaks to you.
That's
and
right.
if that's not necessarily exactly how it's written, that's okay. It's how
right.
it speaks to you.
That's right.
And it was just such a beautiful, magical night. I think everyone had an amazing time. Everyone sounded so amazing.
Yes.
It was so much fun. I had an amazing time.
We did. We all did that night. And I put it up on my, like I said before, I'm such a dinosaur with this social media thing, but I'm learning. My co-producer, Rick Schwein, has been so patient with me on how to put stuff up and post and what have you. But the moment that was captured then, and what you just said now, we had the opportunity to have your brother, Austin, on. And you guys, it's evident that you're born with this. And when you just brought it in about, let's see what happens, that's that improvisational
100%.
openness to artistry.
Yeah.
How important to you as an artist in your development of keeping your artistic gate open?
That's such a good question. What I've been learning as I progress as an artist, as I get older, is that one of the main keys to your artistry is that you have to be vulnerable. And you have to be willing to be vulnerable, especially when it comes to your music. You have to feel comfortable sharing so much of yourself so that you can really bring people together. Because when you're comfortable being vulnerable, it connects you to somebody else.
Come on. Come on.
It can be hard, of course. It's easier said than done. You want to stay guarded. You want to keep everything close. And that's the beautiful thing about songwriting is you can write things that have to do with you, but you can write them that don't have to do with you at all. You can write about somebody else's experience. You can put yourself in somebody else's shoes, but you have to have that willingness to be vulnerable, to be empathetic, to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and experience what they experience so that we can all connect over that vulnerability and over that. That's why music is so beautiful. That's why people cry when they are in the audience and they're seeing something so beautiful. There's so much emotion, so much vulnerability, so much connection. And so in my opinion, that gate, you know, it, like you said, ebbs and flows, but the more open it is, the more connected you'll be with your audience and with anyone else who works on music with with any of your collaborators, any other artists that you listen to, that you're friends with, that you work with, whatever it may be that inspire you, anything like that.
There you go. Bravo. I mean, because once again, I'm going back to that night because that was the first time I was able to hear you live. And I'm not going to just say hear you live, experience you live, because there's a difference. You can hear, but to be able to experience from the time you got up and took the microphone to when you started to engage with the audience, there was a realness that immediately connected with the room. And now I see why. To hear your answer, that's exactly what you gave.
Yeah.
And that advice that you're giving now to other artists is something I believe that, it's the magic of artistry, man. It is what we do to connect.
100%.
Now, you mentioned songwriting. Now, I'm going to say this. Do you mind if we give your age? What's your age? How old are you?
I'm 22.
At 22, you've already started to express through songwriting, through, of course, performing already, and production. At 22 years old, those branches of artistic expression are something that you are developing. When did you find out that you had these at your artistic disposal?
Well, it's been a long time coming, Victor.
Okay, now what do you mean by that?
Well, so my mom tells me I've been, singing, harmonizing since I was a baby. I'd be in the car seat, I was a toddler, and she's like, how is she doing that? What is she doing? How does she know how to do that? I have, obviously, my parents to thank. They're both very talented. They both perform. I've performed on stage with the both of them together.
Look at that.
So I've been very, very blessed to have that, and I thank them immensely for the inspiration and for the vocal ability.
That's right.
But I started writing songs when I was a kid. There's a video of me at 4 years old, and I was like, I just wrote this song right now.
Go ahead.
And so my first official song, I think I wrote it when I was 12 years old. I did a singer-songwriter competition in New York with a bunch of 30-year-olds, and I won. After that, I was like, I love this. So I always wrote songs and was writing poems and singing melodies. And then it wasn't until later, more recently actually, that I started to get into production. I went to college for vocal performance and songwriting. However, I felt as though I was at somewhat of a disadvantage, not understanding the production side of the music industry and making music. And I felt as though knowing the language behind production would make it easier for me to communicate when songwriting, when working on those, sessions, and being able to communicate to you exactly what I'm hearing in my head, because I now know what I'm hearing in my head.
Come on now.
So it's been...
Wait, how old were you again when that hit you?
It wasn't until recently. I want to say 20, 19, 20.
Come on. That's it. And I think those of us who people call I say dinosaurs, but who've been doing this a minute, that's production.
Yeah.
You are a producer.
Yeah.
And it's evident on your single, Stranger. All right? So when those things of creativity started coming in your mind that, hey, I want to hear this. I'd like to have this tweaked a certain way and all of that kind of stuff. Once that gumbo pot of your artistry, what's your mission now? Did it change your mission? What did it do to what your artistic journey's looking like?
The funny thing about Stranger is I wrote it in the shower. And there's a voice memo. I have a voice memo of the water running in the shower and me singing a broken chorus. And I took it to my producer, Jackson Harbor. He's, we make a lot of my music together. And we started to build upon this idea. And then when I brought it to Alex Thompson, the vocal aspect of it, there was so much to build. One of my favorite things about music is background vocals.
Go ahead.
And I love getting creative with them. I love getting complicated with them. I love the tensions, the colors, everything. And that part of that song, all of the vocal production in that song has inspired a lot of my other music.
Go ahead.
And for example, I was in a session with Alex last night.
All right.
And we spent about an hour just on background vocals because they build the song so much. That session inspired me for future sessions, and those background vocals. And a lot of my music, it's ever changing. I tell myself I don't really have a genre.
Gotcha.
I like dabbling in different genres, pulling different genres together. And so that song is very different than a lot of my other music, but it's so inspirational for me. That's one of my favorite songs because I felt I grew as an artist in making that song, and it's evident in the future songs to be released.
And your vulnerability in the lyrics of that song. It's like, you know, it's there. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I side talk while we do our thing. Spotify, correct?
Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music.
Stranger, you'll see what I'm talking about. And we know now why the vulnerability in those lyrics are why they are. It's because you're real about it.
100%.
Like we used to say growing up in Memphis, you ain't scared. You are there to talk about who you are and what it is that you do, you know?
Absolutely.
And that's another reason why we do this is because, as you know, artists, when we get together, there's a conversation, yes, but there's a feeling
100%.
between us all, no matter, like you said, what genre, whether we're writers or dancers or painters. That's what I love about Broadsides. It's everything.
Everything.
You know, when you walk in the door, you can feel all artistry is welcomed here. And that's the thing when we sit down and talk like we're talking. That's why when we want that artist who watches this,
100%.
whether they're younger, whether they're the same age, whether they're older, what do you want another artist to know about the importance of artistry to the masses? Why is artistry so important?
I feel as though us artists are connected through a higher power. Something that I like to talk about is that sometimes as an artist, I feel as though I'm more of a medium for energy to kind of, you know, be passed through. But, you know, if the universe is telling me I have to say something, I have to say something. And when I'm making music, something I also ask myself is, okay, is this something that I need to say? Or is this something that other people need to hear?
Ooh, say that again.
Is it something that I feel as though I need to say?
Yes.
Or is this something that audience and listeners need to hear?
Go ahead, girl.
And I think that being connected in that way is so important because music and any artistry, art, writing, any visual artistry, film, cinematography, dance, cooking, you know, painting, anything that makes you feel something is considered art, in my opinion.
That's right.
And it's so incredibly important for us to be connected in that way because art moves people. Art changes lives, you know? We see it in so many different movements. Art is used for peaceful protests. Art is used to send a message. Art is used to, you know, do a grieving process, you know, help people process emotions and feelings. And the thing that I want to say to other artists is that, you know, allow it to be hard.
Say that again. Ooh.
Allow it to move you.
Come on.
It's not going to be easy.
That's right.
But when you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, you're challenging yourself and pushing your artistry as well. And you're just going to continue growing. And you're going to get a million no's, and you're going to feel down on yourself. You're going to feel imposter syndrome. You're going to feel like you can't do it. And then you take that and you spin it into your art. And that's when you start to feel like you can.
That's when you start to feel like you can. And like you said, like we're saying, it doesn't matter what age. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. The essence of what you just said, I'm co-signing like so many others who probably are watching this right now and saying, yeah. It's that connection. It's that vulnerability. But the power of the vulnerability.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, the power of the vulnerability. What is it that, and I want to give you, before we go into that section, I want to give you mad props. At your age of 22, female, songwriter, singer, producer, independent artist. A lot of people will look at that and say a number of things. Well, she's just starting out. She's got a long way to go, long things to do, da-da-da-da. Others, which is very important, again, for this to be done, will say, I can do that.
Yeah.
Whether they're younger, same age, but check this out, even older. Do you think there's a time frame for creativity and doing what your heart is telling you to do artistically? Do you think that there's a time where people should let it go?
Absolutely not.
Gotcha.
Never. Never, never, never. I think that now, with the social media presence we have now, you can feel pressured into a time frame. There have been times where I've gone in my head, I'm like, you know, there are people younger than me who are winning Grammys. There are people the same age as me who are on world tours who have 6 albums. There are people who are 2 years older than me, and I would love to be in their position, but everyone's journey is different, and that's what's special about your journey. Your journey is not the same as somebody else's journey.
That's right.
And so it doesn't matter if you're 5 or 55. It doesn't matter if you're 20 or 40. To keep up with your art, because you never know. You never know what can happen. But to me, the success comes with the feeling and the connection and that power.
There you go.
And although, you know, the dream is for most artists, you know, I want to win a Grammy, I want to perform on a big stage, I want to be, you know, the next big thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that journey is not meant for you, but your journey is your journey. And never second guess your journey. You know, I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe in the universe. I believe in what is right for you will come for you. And so, again, it doesn't matter if you're 5 or 55 years old, you never give it up. You never give up your artistry. You never give up on your journey, ever, ever.
There you go. What about in this age of social media, the artist that sits back and says, I have something I want to say, but I only have 12 followers and they have 12 million. I can't do that. What do you say to them?
It's scary, but I say, look, you got to strap in. You record whatever you want to say. You put it out there into the universe, and then you know what you do? You send it to your friends. And you tell your friends, hey, I need you to send it to your friends. Hey, can you post this on your story? I appreciate you so much. Hey, can you send this to 3 people? Thank you so much. And even if 12 million people don't see it, it's going back to, is this something that you need to say or something that you think other people need to hear?
Come on.
So if it's something you need to say it.
That's it.
Say it.
That's it.
With your chest, everything.
With your chest,
With
everything.
your chest and everything.
Grab that microphone, go to that board.
100%.
You know?
Say it with your chest.
Whatever it is. The world of independent artistry. Okay. Being an independent artistry, as we know, independent means this is you. You got to do, and what you just said is leading me into this now. What's your take on the whole independent artistry or the whole independent artist world? Is it something that is changing? What are you learning from it? What is it that scares you? What is it that makes you proud?
Yeah.
Like, what's your whole take on that?
The independent artist world, in my opinion, is always changing. It's been changing. I love the word ebb and flow. It does. It so does, because it's been changing from, you know, there have been independent artists from a tale as old as time, you know, from the the 20s and the 60s and the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. There have always been independent artists. And the beautiful thing about that, in my opinion, is, you know, you don't have someone telling you, hey, you can't sing that song.
Talk about it.
Hey, that song's not going to sell.
Talk about it.
Because not every song needs to be a hit.
That's right.
Not every song needs to sell. But the scary thing about it is, you know, you have to do everything for yourself. It's beautiful that, you know, you have yourself to rely on, but it's also, it pushes you and it really tests your drive and your determination and your, can I do this? How bad do I want this? You know, you have to do your own marketing, your own publicity, your own promo. You have to, you know, put yourself out there in ways that, you know, when I was 12, I didn't think I was going to be sitting at home editing videos and, you know, getting my friends in a car and recording in the middle of the night in a parking garage. But that's what you have to do when you're an independent artist.
That's right.
And you rely on the people around you, and through that connection of artistry and, you know, my photographer, he's absolutely amazing at what he does. So I always reach out to him and I always let him know, hey, your artistry is absolutely beautiful and I would love to have you a part of this project. It would mean the world to me to showcase your talent as well. And, you know, that independent artists, we have to rely on each other, and it can be scary. It can be really scary in the independent world, because you don't have a big label pushing your music out to the masses. But independent artistry is huge right now.
Yes, it is.
Most artists at the moment are independent artists, and that is beautiful because that means they can do it all. They do a little bit of everything. They do a little bit of their production. They do a little bit of mixing and mastering and engineering and recording and writing and performing and all of their promo. They become photographers, cinematographers, everything, editors, directors. And I think that's so incredibly beautiful because it pushes artists to multiple different branches of that artistry. I love that.
Come on, and you hit on a great point, a very important point about the support artist to artist. We got to support each other.
100%.
That's what it's about, in my opinion, and yours as well.
Absolutely.
That's, you know, what is it about the support? I noticed the other night too. I'm going back to the other night. You know, here at Broadsides, when all of you guys were there, and that energy, that synergy was going back and forth of support. Yeah. One would get up, the support was there. Another would get up, the support was there. What is it about this support of each other's artistic journey as artists, period?
Yeah. It's kind of like if you were to have like a little ball of light, right? And when there's more support in the room, the light just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it starts to fill the room. And there's this feeling that when, you know, when I'm standing there and I hear someone sing or I see someone do something absolutely amazing, I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, like I jaw on the floor, I love it, and it's so moving. And so the other night, you know, when we're singing Shaka Khan's Ain't Nobody, and the whole room is singing in 3-part harmony.
There you go.
There's that connection. It's like a fiery feeling where it's like you feel so connected to everybody because of the support. And because you're all there doing the same thing, you love the same thing, and you want to see someone be just as successful as you want yourself to be. You want to push someone, you know? Right. The thing about the industry, the entertainment industry, is you bring your people up with you.
There you go.
You bring your people up with you. You have to, because it's that support. You have to be surrounded by your community, and you bring everyone up with you. And it's a beautiful and incredibly important thing.
Sister, you give an industry dinosaur again hope. From your generation of an artist, you give that positive hope to those of us in my era, my genre, or whatever, and it lets us know, yeah, they still got it. Not just artistically, but they got it. Yeah. They got it.
They get it.
Exactly. Yeah. And they're ready to give it.
Yeah.
They 100%. Got it, and they're ready to give it. That makes us proud. We want you to keep on doing what you're doing, and I have no doubt you can't help it.
I can't. You know how many times
I can feel it. You
at like
can't help
16,
it.
17 years old, I'm like, okay, if I didn't do music, what would I do? And then I'm just like,
crickets, right?
you know, there's like steam. It's like what's happened. My brain doesn't function. It just kind of breaks down like a car.
Have you ever had those moments where your creativity was like, I haven't created in a while, and you found out what was zapping your creativity?
Absolutely.
How'd you deal with that?
You know, you have to be real with yourself,
Come on,
even
girl.
if it's scary. And, you know, last night, the session I was working on, the song I was working on was, you know, my journey through college and, you know, moving on from that and deciding, you know, maybe even though this is something I want really bad, this might not be right for me.
Yeah.
It might be draining my energy in a way that isn't good, you know? It's not giving me energy, it's draining me energy.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to be real and upfront and honest with yourself about, is this right for me? And it's okay if it's not. It's okay if it's not. And it's definitely hard to pinpoint exactly like, oh, this is what's not working. But once you pinpoint it, you're like, bye.
Bye. There
Bye.
you go. Got to get rid of
You
it.
got to get rid of it
That's
because
right.
you have to know your worth and your
That's
artistry.
right.
It's too important.
Know your worth
Know
and
your
your artistry.
100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. That's exactly what it's about. Your worth and your artistry. Batman and Robin ain't got a combo on that. You know, it's for lack of a better phrase,
There you go.
it's a superpower beyond things. You know what, sister, I cannot let you get out of here without giving us something a cappella, if you don't mind.
You got it.
You got it?
You got it.
That's what thank you.
Absolutely.
Let's do that.
Okay. I'll go scream for you, then I'll shut you out. And it's not your fault that you can't hear me out. 'Cause I've been trying to love me, but it's getting might take forever. But we ain't got the time, maybe in another life. Trying to brave the weather, keep it together, but it's too much tonight.
Oh, talk about a cliffhanger. Wait a minute now.
I can't give it all away too soon.
Wait a minute, where's my, I see Rick, you back in the day, we'd call that hit it and quit it.
Hit
You
it,
did
quit
what
it.
your thing.
Can't give it all away too soon. You guys gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Oh my goodness, our newest member of the Indie Fam series. Thank you once again
Thank
for
you.
coming to join us.
Thank you.
Keep giving the world who you are because we need it. If there's ever a time in the world's history, we need what you have. Artist, you heard it today. This is your sister. Go to Spotify, download Stranger, make it part of what your day will be. Because the vulnerability is a positiveness for you. Once you hear that, you know? Once again, this is Victor Brooks, and you have been with us enjoying today's episode of the Indie Fam series right here at Broadsides, Wake Forest, North Carolina, downtown White Street. Come on down, y'all. Much love and much respect to each and every one of my fellow artists around the world who you've already been sending in those emails from the first episode. I had to translate a couple of them, but I love it. And it helps me each and every time I read whatever you send. Keep it coming and keep your artistry going. Much love and much respect.
I'll go scream for you, then I'll shut you out. And it's not your fault that you can't hear me out. 'Cause I've been trying to love me, but it's getting might take forever. But we ain't got the time, maybe in another life. Trying to brave the weather, keep it together, but it's too much. go scream for you, then I'll shut you out. And it's not your fault that you can't hear me out. 'Cause I've been trying to love me better, scared it might take forever, but we ain't got the time. Maybe in another life, trying to brave the weather, keep it together, but it's too much. But it's too much.